Today I'm going to be trying to turn $100 worth of materials into $500 in one afternoon of work. I almost drove over an hour to a sawmill before I checked Facebook Marketplace. Turns out a guy that lives only 20 minutes away from my house had all the materials I needed for this build. Luckily, this guy had been storing all this wood in a barn for decades, so I knew it was dry. Otherwise, if somebody's cutting it fresh, there is a chance that you're going to end up getting wet wood. I'm going to be building 2 of these, and the first thing I need to do is figure out the base. I'm using all the tools that I have available to me, but this is one of those projects that you could get done with very few tools. By setting up a simple stop on my miter saw, I can guarantee that all my legs are going to be the same length as one another. These days I find myself making whatever I want and trying to sell it online more and more because custom orders are stressful. If the customer doesn't like it, you're not going to get paid. But the upside is you can charge way more for a custom item. When you're building custom projects, there's very little room for error. Even in this project, I thought I made a mistake where I was going to have to start this whole entire process over again. You'll see. These boards right here are going to be the apron, but the top on this thing is going to be ridiculously heavy, so I decided I would change the build a little bit and try to reinforce it more than I normally would by doubling up the materials. So I had to split this project up into 2 days because I had some things going on, but in total it only took me 5 hours, which means you could start this project at noon and have it done by dinner. $400 in 5 hours. That's not too bad. If you don't have a stop block, a simple mark on the saw itself can help you get repetitive cuts. Alright, I understand most people do not have a drum sander, but I do, and it's fun to use, so I hooked it up. But unfortunately, while I was in the middle of doing this, my shop vac started smoking. I assume I will be spending whatever money I make on this project on a new shop vac, unless this is some sort of easy fix that I'm unaware of. The Craig pocket hole jig is a simple way to assemble all of this, but how heavy the top is going to be, I wasn't sure if that was going to be enough. That's why I'm doubling up on all the materials and adding cross supports. And these little corner brackets right here will just help prevent this base from racking. So I built the entire base out of 3/4 inch plywood, but now I'm going to glue and attach a face frame to all of it. This is just some 3/4 inch pine that I had left over from our barn renovation. By adding this to the front, back, and sides, I'm hoping it'll help strengthen and keep all of my joints nice and tight around all of the legs. With one of these bases all assembled, it was time to assemble the second one. And I got a little help from the kiddos. Anytime these kids come out and work with me, it's a good time.
Easy.
Cool.
strength.
And speaking of Hulk strength, look at my shredded muscles as I carry this gigantic beam across the driveway. What a stud. So remember earlier when I said I thought I messed this entire project up and was going to have to start back over again? This is that moment. Now, I know I just swore a bunch in front of my child. Don't judge me, I was having a bit of a panic moment. Thankfully, when I looked on my phone and checked all the measurements, I had it right all along. I really love the way these 3-inch thick tops look. This whole entire thing is just so, hefty. And I probably could have flipped this entire thing over to attach this top, but I don't know. I guess I'm an idiot. Whatever. Matching the stain to what a customer wants might be the most difficult part about custom work. And this was no different. After trying 3 different stains and making one more trip to the store, we finally settled on this one.
And that's how you do it.
This is almost identical to some projects that I made when I first got into woodworking. I'm always trying to learn new things in the shop and get better at woodworking, which is great. But honestly, the simple things, keeping it basic, those are the ones that always seem to sell the best. As much as I love the Craig pocket hole jig, I couldn't trust just that alone to hold up some beams that were this heavy. So I decided to grab some long screws and screw them straight down through the top and into the legs. This gives the legs 3 points of contact, which really helps sturdy them up. Not to mention, I absolutely love these dowels on the top of the bench. How does he do it? I sealed this with my go-to sealer, Helmsman, and sent a picture to my buddy. And after all the stress of my first custom project in a long time, he loved it. There's something really nice about making whatever you want and just trying to sell it online versus making something somebody else wants. But the pay is always better for a custom project, and custom work pushes you to do something that you weren't planning on doing. And that can be really fun. Alright, I don't know if he's coming to pick it up or if I'm delivering, but this project is done. So $250 each, that means $500 total, so $400 profit. Like always, I love you guys and I appreciate all the support, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later.
Bye, see you again, and have a good dream.